Okay, folks, I want to talk to you about Joe Biden and about what's going on with Joe Biden. Yesterday, my oldest daughter, who is 22, my husband and I had kind of a conversation that was a very heated one, and it didn't need to be because we're all very much on the same side. But on the same side, we all had different views of what is going on and what's best for us. And all of us are flexible and are fully willing to get behind whatever the Democrats decide. But we are not in agreement yet, are we? We are still frickin' waiting for somebody to make the call. And I guess we're waiting for everybody to believe Biden when he says he's going to keep running, because he keeps saying he's going to keep running. Now, sure, there is a part of me that wishes that we had some of that fresh energy in there leading us, and that we had somebody who could stand up there at a press conference and not make all of us, hold our breath and hope that he gets the name right that he's spitting out. And on the other hand, that's a pretty obnoxious thing to say about a guy who's done just as much as he's done, and who's tried to commit himself to doing right by the whole country, even though a whole bunch of the country is a bunch of assholes right now. So I find myself very conflicted about my opinion towards him. There is a part of me that feels like if he stays in and he loses, then we will have been brought down by a choice between two narcissists. My oldest daughter is furious with him. And why not? She just graduated from college. I see her perspective. I see her feeling furious that as young people, they have to settle for somebody who doesn't seem to see them. Anybody who stands up there and takes the bait and talks about golf is not seeing the young frickin' people. So that's not fair. And this is a child who's been put through gun violence in this country, which is the cruelest treatment that any nation in this entire world has given towards their youngsters. Cruel, insensitive, incredibly messed up for us to all be bending over for the dysregulated needs of a bunch of men who have nothing else to do but stock up on guns and feel like that's where they get their power. And our children have to go to school with the same nightmare in their head every single day that this could be their last day. God, we will never, ever be redeemed from having done that to them. But my perspective is, I don't care about George Clooney. I don't want to hear about the things that are negative about Joe, because frankly, we don't have time for that shit. And we don't have a choice. It is time for us to be converging, because all of us want to win, right? It's just a matter of who's going to get us across the line. Now, my daughter is all in for Kamala. Me too. Love her, would be thrilled with her. And I live in California, so I have a lot more exposure to her than a lot of other people. I think she is very capable, and I think that it's a shame that they have kept her in the background, because we have not gotten to know her as much as we should by now. And so then you have to weigh how many people are actually aware of her, how many people are actually going to be confident in her, how much public exposure can we give her so that the nation feels comfortable with her. All of that is risky. So then our option is Biden. And our option is to believe that Biden will last as long as he can. And then whoever's next is going to have the same administration that has done so many fabulous things. The man has done a lot, and our country is in damn good shape relative to other countries in the world. And you cannot deny that. And you cannot take that away from him. So while we might be compromising our ability to have somebody get up there and wow us at a press conference, we're not compromising on the results that we're going to get from this guy. Whether or not he lasts through the next administration or not, Kamala is behind him. All the people in his administration are behind him. So that to me doesn't look like a situation where we're going to poison ourselves fatally forever, right? Meanwhile, Trump does. We vote Trump, we're all done. Our lives as we know it are done. And I don't know if we'll ever dig ourselves out of that, because man, the insidious nature of those people who want to get their clutches into every aspect of our lives is massive and disgusting. And we should all be ashamed that we've been looking the other way while it grew so huge and while it seeped into all the cracks and crevices of our lives. So I believe that hearing from celebrities, even celebrities who got the okay from Obama to say what they wanted to say, isn't helpful at this point. And it's obnoxious, frankly, because George Clooney is a white man. George Clooney is a white, privileged man. And while everybody tosses around what's the right thing to do, the people who are most going to suffer from this don't have that time to fiddle. These are a lot of people who are vulnerable. There's so much on the line. We've already changed and given up so frickin' much from this rogue court that we're already probably not going to recognize ourselves after all of this shit takes effect and we realize the fallout from what they've decided. But if Schlumper gets in, forget it. What we know is going to be gone on day one. We're not going to be able to recognize ourselves. So my thing is, this far after the no good, very bad debate, we should be showing some real signs of all of these different factions giving up their best wishes for the perfect situation. We need to move forward, and we need to focus on the administration, and we need to focus on the result after the election and what we will have protected and what steps we will need to take to further protect us from a continued assault. And the longer we go about hemming and hawing about not getting what we want, the longer we allow an absolutely psychologically sociopathic, narcissistic, dangerous man get away with being dangerous and pathetic and disgusting and all kinds of things that we need to be shining a light on. All of us need to stop worrying about Biden and start talking about what happened with Epstein. We need to start talking about Project 2025. We need to really have those things be the first thing that people think of when they think of this awful Orangina pervilicious felonious Schlumper McPhee. That's what I think. So, anywho, thanks for listening, you guys. I really appreciate you guys allowing me to rant like this. And I really hope I said something that made sense to you. Love y'all.